We're mixing things up a little bit here today and diving now into our weekly Biblical Worldview segment instead of waiting until the D block. And something else that is special today. Today is the very first time that I get to introduce our guest as Dr. David Closson. That's right. Last week, David graduated with his PhD in Christian ethics from Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary in Fort Worth, Texas. We are so proud of him, and I just can't express it enough how big of a deal that is. So joining me now for our weekly Biblical Worldview segment is Dr. David Closson, Director of the Center for Biblical Worldview here at FRC. Dr. Closson, welcome back to Washington Watch. Congratulations.
Well, Jody, joy to be with you, and thank you so much for those kind words. It's a great stewardship, and just grateful for the encouragement of you and so many of our colleagues over the last couple of years finishing up this degree. So just obviously very grateful.
Well, the entire Washington Watch family and all of FRC is very, very proud of your accomplishment, and we're thankful that you are able to apply that kind of expertise to our weekly Biblical Worldview segment here. And so let's just use that to kind of kick off. We've got a couple of related stories that I'd like to throw your way and get your take on. First, the White House is considering an executive order that would reclassify marijuana as a Schedule III drug. And I know that you've written about this in the past, but why is it a bad idea to continue going down this path of decriminalizing marijuana? Why is that not a good direction to go?
Yeah, really succinctly, Jody, reclassification sends the wrong message. And the message that it sends is that marijuana is not harmful. And an increasing body of research shows that there actually are significant risks when it comes to marijuana use, whether this is increased heart failure, higher rates of psychosis, impaired cognition. There's an increasing body of research that shows this. Of course, from a biblical perspective, we know we're called to be sober-minded, we're called to be clear thinkers, and we know that addiction and dependency, these things grow whenever there is easier access, whenever the stigma associated with marijuana is decreased. And so again, I just think reclassification only benefits the billion-dollar cannabis industry. It doesn't help American families, Jody. And, I think what's interesting with this is that even folks in some liberal states, even like Massachusetts, are starting to actually rethink this as more data comes out. So my plea to the administration is to really take a hard look at the actual science on this, and that this would be a wrong move and this would not help American families.
Yeah, you brought it up, and that was the part two of my question. I mean, we have places like Massachusetts rethinking all of this. I believe they legalized it in 2016, recreational use of marijuana, and now they're reconsidering all of that. I find it pretty fascinating that here on the one hand, a state that has decriminalized it is thinking about changing directions while the nation is looking about making it okay. What's your thoughts about Massachusetts?
Yeah, just this week, the Wall Street Journal, of course, a very significant publication, Jody, ran a story about this and that showed that adolescents in Massachusetts, those admitting themselves for psychiatric experiences related to pot use, has gone up over fourfold recently. This has led to actually, there was a petition, 74,000 people in Massachusetts are trying to get a referendum on the ballot next fall to try to walk back the recreational legalization that took place in 2016. Even the American Medical Association, their academic journal, they're publishing research that shows, again, that with heightened use of marijuana, that there's all these negative effects, Jody. And so, again, anecdotally, I know walking around D.C., the inconvenience of having to walk through those clouds of pot smoke, but more important than just an inconvenience is that there's serious medical risk associated with marijuana use. And again, that's why I would plead with the administration to really examine this because this does not serve America's families, and in particular America's youth.
Yeah, and all the while we're seeing the war on drugs escalate, while we've been watching, all of us in Venezuela, taking care of the narco boats, and this week seizing the oil tanker and all this sort of stuff. How should we be thinking about all of this? On the one hand, war on drugs; on the other hand, kind of loosening the grip of it all.
Yeah, the war on drugs has been going on for 50 years. I think early 70s under the Nixon administration. It's clear the war on drugs is failing. Again, I appreciate the administration drawing attention to this, what's happening in Venezuela, Jody. As a Christian ethicist, I also look at the social breakdown of families and the stability that comes with weakened institutions. This is a spiritual issue first and foremost.
Yes, it is.
That we need to be praying about as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. David Closson, the director of the Center for Biblical Worldview here at the Family Research Council. And again, congratulations to you. That's a big deal.
Thank you, Jody.